Well, this was the scene in Bluffton on Friday with a bystander catching video of more than a dozen people being led in handcuffs to a nearby prison bus, all put there by ICE.
It is the latest incident, and people are worrying about what happened. People who work with local immigrants say the entire community's on edge and wondering if they may be next.
Immigration lawyer Amy Deverall helped with a special meeting last night designed to talk to the families and the rest of the community about what happened. She says at least two of the people who were taken into custody while picked up were driving a car that was registered to another immigrant who had a detention warrant. Now, he wasn't with them, but they were both taken away. And at least two other families say they're just frightened because they haven't heard from their loved ones since Friday and think they may have been picked up as well. Deverall says she has hundreds of clients already, and there's a fear among all people, even ones with legal paperwork, that they could be next.
People who were picked up on Friday were not criminals. There were no criminal warrants that were issued. These were all people who were picked up on administrative warrants. And many of them were just picked up because they were seen as collateral damage who were in the way of them searching for other people who had administrative warrants. We got a lot of calls from people who are, have legal status and did not want to leave their homes. People did not want to leave to go to work. People missed graduation celebrations and other types of gatherings this weekend with their family members. So I do think that it's affecting people's decisions about how safe it is to go to work. This is a calculation for every immigrant in this country every day.
Deverall says she and other family members have tried to contact ICE to find out names of those detained and where their loved ones may have been taken, but no one will give them that information. So I called an ICE spokesperson today to follow up. He never got back to me about that issue. Tonight at 5, who immigration lawyers are asking to step up now and why many believe they can make a difference in the future.
We are exactly 1 week away from the 2026 South Carolina primaries, and early voting is underway. State election officials say that voters have already set a new record. The South Carolina State Election Commission says last week, the first week of early voting, nearly 152,000 votes were cast. That number has surpassed the total turnout for the entire 2024 early voting period, where more than 120,000 votes were cast. Well, early voting continues through Friday. Voting is open from 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. each day. Primary election day is Tuesday, June 9th.
And right here in Georgia, several elections from the May primaries now headed to a runoff later this month. The Republican nomination, one of those races, is between current Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones and Rick Jackson. The winner is going to face Democrat Keisha Lance Bottoms. There's also that race between State Representative Mike Collins and Derek Dooley for the U.S. Senate. The winner is going to face incumbent Democrat Jon Ossoff. Both parties will have runoffs for Lieutenant Governor as well as Secretary of State. And those runoffs, of course, happen if candidates in the races fail to surpass 50% of the votes in the May 19th primary. Early voting for those runoff elections runs June 8th through the 12th. Election Day is June 16th.
The Chatham County Board of Elections reminding voters to check their polling locations ahead of the June 16th general primary and nonpartisan runoff election. That's because several precincts have changed. Voters who normally cast ballots at the sanctuary will instead vote at St. Luke United Methodist Church. Voters assigned to Islands Christian Church will cast their ballots at Islands High School Annex. Now, if your location is the Fellowship of Love, you will now vote at WW Law Center. Salvation Army Community Center voters will now vote at First Presbyterian Church. If your location is Southside Baptist Church, you will vote at Connection Church. And if you normally vote at Southside Assembly of God, you will vote at Largo Tibet School. Finally, Georgia Tech Savannah Campus Precinct has changed to Seventh-day Adventist on Godly Way. The Board of Elections encouraging all voters to verify their polling location before heading to the polls. Now, you can see all the information about the locations and the changes in Chatham County, as well as other important voting information for Georgia and South Carolina, simply by heading to our website, wsav.com/electionhq. Now to Statesboro. City Council passed an ordinance this morning that sparked public comment.
WSAV was there for this. We got the latest on what parameters the city now has if a data center proposal is submitted inside the city limits. The second reading was approved 3-1 on Tuesday morning. Now, Councilwoman Sherry Barr dissented in this case. The ordinance places multiple restrictions in place, such as the need for a sound study, a maximum size of 50 acres, requirement of any data center to use a closed loop system to save on water, and the banning of any hyperscale center proposals. Any submission would also require a special use permit, something city staff says will require additional hearings.
The special use permit is a mechanism that even if a property is zoned to allow a data center, there are still a number of steps that it has to go through, and it has to go before city council for a public hearing like, a rezoning would itself, to receive that public comment, that concern, and really talk through some of that outside of just staff dealing with it.
Now, Williams says no proposal has been submitted to the city at this time. The ordinance, though, was passed to have protections in place if a proposal is submitted in the future.
Also at that meeting, Statesboro City Manager Charles Penny announced his plan to retire. Teary-eyed, Penny read his letter of resignation to City Council. Penny will leave his position on January 1st, 2027. He's returning home to North Carolina to be closer to family. Penny says the 6-month notice will allow him to continue to serve while the city searches for his replacement, making the transition easier. He adds there is a lot left to accomplish while in his role.
We'll get through the budget, we'll get through the millage rate increase, and I'll get to select a new police chief. And so we still have big things we need to get done, and so they don't have to worry about those things while they're trying to select a new city manager.
Penny has been with the city since July 2019.
Tybee Island City Council calling on state leaders in the community to help secure funding to repair their eroding beaches. 1 month ago, a wrench was thrown in their plans when they were told they wouldn't be getting any more federal money for beach renourishment.
City leaders say 60% of Tybee's beaches have eroded since the last renourishment, as WSAV's Jillian Coles tells us. Now they're hoping to get the needed funds from another source.
We're certainly eager to get started because, again, we got to make it through this whole beach season. We've got to make it through this whole hurricane season. And then we have to make it through next year's beach season and next year's hurricane season.
Tybee City Manager Brent Bell says the city is actively working to find funding to keep their beaches intact. He says not only is it essential to the city's economy, but the beaches serve as protection from hurricanes and as a natural habitat for many animals on the island. For the first time in 50 years, federal funding that the city relies on for renourishment will not be available until at least the 2027-2028 season. Bell says they're now turning to other sources as a backup.
As a safety, we've partnered with Senator Ossoff and asked him to put in it's called a congressionally directed spending request.
Bell says the federal government's portion is usually used for the north to south jetty, but the rest of the beach is Tybee's responsibility, and some of the island cannot wait for repairs. Bell says the north side dunes now have 9-foot cliffs.
So we're moving forward this fall and doing our own dune restoration program. The state of Georgia this year, they allocated us a $1 million grant to help with that project.
According to Bell, beach renourishment has been severely underfunded across the country. Now, beach communities on the East Coast are banding together to ask lawmakers to step in.
Say yes to beaches is what we're asking the public to do. Sign a petition to urge the Congress to properly fund beach nourishment programs across the country. Not just for Tybee, but all of us are in it together. We think it's great value, and we've got the data to prove it.
Bell says they're hopeful that they'll know whether or not they secured the funding from Senator Jon Ossoff's earmark request within the next month. He says even if they do secure this funding, the renourishment project most likely won't start until next year. Jillian Coles, WSAV News 3 on your side.
It is finally here. It's our WSAV St. Jude Dream Home giveaway. We're getting closer to changing the life of one lucky ticket holder, but first, we got to give away some amazing bonus prizes.
Yes, this hour we're giving away 2 of the prizes. The first is the winner of a Montage vacation package, a dream getaway that may soon be yours. WSAV's Ben Katko is live at the Dream Home as we support the life-saving mission of St. Jude Children's Hospital. Ben?
Oh, good evening to you guys. Huge day here as we officially sold out late last night, 8,100 tickets. That means $810,000 is going back to St. Jude to take care of the kids there and everything they need, so no family ever gets a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food. The first batch of tickets we already have in the hopper. These are the tickets that the folks bought early on, months ago. We're going to draw the first prize here in just a second. With us tonight, AJ Hurst. He is with Frazier and Dieter. They are our auditors to make sure everything stays legal and we're doing it the right way. We got a few more tickets to add to the hopper. AJ, good evening.
Yeah. Hey, Ben. How are you?
We're doing great tonight, so we got a few more to put in, then we'll draw that first prize here in just a second.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Ben. Hey, as Ben mentioned, I'm AJ Hurst with Frazier and Dieter. I'm a partner with the firm. We've verified and counted all the tickets that will go in the drawings this evening. Throughout the evenings, we'll be adding tickets to the hopper, and we'll be pulling out the winners.
All right, let's do that. Let's go ahead and put the last few tickets in there now, and then we're going to turn it over here to our good friend as soon as we finish this. Our good friend Megan Lamb with Montage Palmetto Bluff. They came up huge again this year as another partner here and making sure that we have some great prizes. It's a $10,000 vacation. That's so exciting. Thank you guys for what you did. How important is this mission to your mission?
I think just in a nutshell, both of what St. Jude does, what Montage Palmetto Bluff does, just embodies the spirit of hospitality. So what we do, our goal is to help people create memories, whereas St. Jude, of course, it just goes that level deeper and really helps families in their deepest time of need. So being able to partner with them, go that step further to take care of our community, just so special.
Well, we appreciate you guys and what you've done every year for the last couple of years. That's a huge ask. You guys step up every time. We're so grateful and thankful for that. And you always help kick things off in the strongest way possible. So let's pick that winner real quick. AJ, let's grab the first winner for the bonus prize. This person will win a $10,000 vacation to the Montage Palmetto Bluff. Here we go. AJ, what do we got here? All right, we got somebody from South Carolina, so you'll be staying in-state on your little getaway. John McGrew from St. Helena Island. You're going on vacation to the Montage Palmetto Bluff. That is John McGrew. I'll send this back to AJ. We'll hang on to that. John, we'll be in touch. Megan, thank you so much.